Welcome, everyone. This is Elsie Kerns, Wellness with Elsie, and your Chaos to Clarity coach and energy medicine expert. And tonight I'm really excited because we have some very talented ladies with us, and they do some very unusual things. So I want to have a moment to introduce you to Bridget first because she is our essential oils lady. And Bridget, you'll have to explain that. Am I saying it right? Vibroacoustic healing and Reiki, IET. So how about if you tell us a little bit about yourself? Because I know that you got on this whole healing journey by being ill yourself and healing yourself with some alternative holistic healing. Let's hear about it.
Thank you. Well, thanks for doing this interview, Elsie. Yes, that is true. So I was diagnosed with lupus, fibromyalgia, Sjogren's syndrome, and I'm sure if I kept going to the doctors, they would have kept giving me more diagnoses. It wasn't until the last year that I was sick. I had a fever every day for a year straight. The medication that they gave me, the side effects were nerve itching, so my insides itched and I had to scratch, but it didn't satisfy. I was at the end of my rope. And I had met a holistic practitioner a year earlier, and I totally blew her off, thinking the doctors can't help me, this lady can't help me. And it wasn't until I felt I had nowhere left to turn that I decided I should give it a try. And it was the best decision I ever made. After 3 months of seeing this lady, things started really turning around for me, health-wise, but something was still missing on that spiritual field. So after doing 12 years of Catholic school, I thought I needed to go back to church. And I would just cry the entire time I was there, almost more like an emotional release. I couldn't tell you why I was crying. There wasn't a reason I was upset, but I just couldn't keep doing that. And that's when I found out about spirituality. I started joining Judy Dingler and her church services, gathering together 2 times a month. And that just blew the doors off of everything for me. It just opened me up to a whole new world. And that's where I got to experience Reiki and integrated energy therapy. The essential oils, that was another thing that I blew off originally until I was at my wit's end with a problem and decided, why not try something new again? And the oils were definitely the answer. And I just can't stop learning all these modalities and sharing what I learned because it's really changed my entire life. I feel better on every realm. It's really been a magical experience, and to be here at Infinity Float has just been wonderful. They're so nice, so caring, so inclusive. It really feels like a nice family here.
Well, I know you also do IET. Would you explain to the audience what that is? Because I don't think a lot of people know about that.
Sure. So IET it stands for Integrated Energy Therapy. So it's similar to Reiki in the idea that it's energy healing, but we focus on specific areas. So it's based on the premise that anything that has ever happened to you over this lifetime or many lifetimes, if you believe in that, is stored somewhere on a cellular level. So we focus on specific areas. For instance, we store threat in the back of the neck. So I would energize that area, trigger that area, and release that threat. And anytime we release something, we want to integrate something. So if I'm going to remove that threat, I'm going to integrate something in its place. And we do that through each of the 9 different centers that we work on. So it's pretty awesome modality. I thought Reiki was the end all be all, and I absolutely loved it and didn't need to learn or do anything else until I had an integrated energy session. And I was like, oh, wow.
Got to learn this, right? Yeah.
Mm.
So one other thing, the Egyptians used essential oils and they've kind of come back, but I did hear you speak about essential oils and you really are extremely knowledgeable about them. So tell us a little bit about how they're integrating into your practice.
So I use the oils if you come in for a session, whether it be for Reiki or integrated energy therapy. They're good for many different things, whether we're looking to achieve something on the physical level, if we're looking to combat maybe anxiety, help you relax while you're on the table. But what I really like to do is when somebody has something going on medically or even emotionally, for you to reach out to me and let's design your blend together. because 5 of us can have a headache and all 5 of us may require a different blend. So we'll work together. You tell me what you're looking to achieve. I'll send you the oils that you can use and why you should use them. Then I'll ask you to read that over and get back to me. Let me know which oils on that list spoke to you and which ones you think, I don't really need this, Bridget. And then together we build your blend.
That sounds really interesting. And again, a lot of these things that you're talking about, it's ancient healing wisdom. But I have Dawn here live, and I just want to check in with you, Dawn, because you are the creator of the Infinity Float. And if people don't know what that's about, they're in for a real treat to hear you tell us, how in the world did you ever decide to do a spa, a floating spa, whatever?
Yeah, well, thank you so much, first of all, for having me. I'm really excited to be here. I'm still feeling a little bit wonky, as you'll know later. You're going to be chatting with Lucia, who just wrapped up a sound healing session, and wow, am I relaxed right now. So, you know, it was a really great session. I'm actually sitting in the room with our rest station right now. And, you know, to be honest, if you had asked me 3, 4, 5 years ago what I would be doing with my life, this was not it. I had a very successful career in the financial services industry. But like Bridget, I had been experiencing some health challenges in particular, had multiple herniated discs in my back, had epidurals, you know, had been to the physical therapist, tried different things, and just did not want to go down the route of having surgery. A friend was like, oh, we should try one of these new float things. Let's go ahead and do it. I quite frankly didn't expect much from it other than it being, you know, a relaxation experience, you know, with a couple of my girlfriends. We went to a float spa and tried it for the first time. I got out and was essentially pain-free for about 2 or 3 days. For me, that had been a very long time since I'd had that experience. So a few weeks later, I went back, decided to try it again, had the same experience, did it again for a third time. And I think that was the session that really convinced me, like, there's something to this. And so with my old job, I actually traveled a lot. I mean, I was on the road almost every week. So I started floating in cities throughout the United States. I've probably floated about a dozen states, probably about 20 different float centers, all different types of equipment. And, you know, it really gave me an appreciation for what floating could do. I mean, I certainly was drawn to it initially because of the physical benefits. But I quickly realized that sort of experiencing that profound silence, being alone with myself and my thoughts, while it was a little bit scary at first, that also had, you know, quite a bit of power to it.
Well, that was really an interesting journey. And I know that the floating is not the only thing that you offer at Infinity Float. So tell us about the other wellness services. I know Bridget is there, but I believe you have some sauna and other things that people can benefit from.
Yes. In fact, as I mentioned, I'm actually sitting on our rest station lounger right now. What this is, it's a vibroacoustic platform. So the base actually has a gentle vibration to it. And while you're lying on it, you're able to listen to binaural beats. So that combination also kind of brings you into a really deep relaxation state. The binaural beats are a low frequency sound tone. And when it, again, combines with the vibrations, you know, it makes for a wonderful experience. We have a lot of people that come in with anxiety, depression, PTSD, addiction that use it. And we're actually a research center, a Pathways research center for an organization called Pathways for Veterans, where they help veterans secure VA benefits for this treatment. So anyone out there who's a veteran that's looking for some help, we can definitely connect you with Gary and his wonderful organization to help you get some benefits. You know, and if you're not eligible, we do also offer discounts for members of the military, police, fire as well. And then, as you mentioned, we've got the sauna in the back, our infrared full spectrum sauna, which now that the weather is getting cold, definitely picks up in popularity as well.
Yeah. So Dawn, are you, is that vibroacoustic, is that on right now? Because you're vibrating a little even on the screen.
No. I had originally planned to come to you from a stationary iPad. Technology is not my friend some days, so I'm now on my iPhone just holding it. So the vibration is me and my hand not being that steady.
Right. Well, that I didn't realize that vibroacoustic healing that you're talking about, Bridget. I know you do that also, and that it actually helps with all of the things that you mentioned: depression, anxiety, people recovering from addiction. That's really quite amazing. So can either you or Bridget tell us a success story you've had, either with I know we talked about that the night that I was there, either with the, floating or the vibroacoustic healing?
I mean, I almost want to say there are so many success stories. It's hard to pick one. I can give you a recent example. I actually think I just posted her journal entry this morning or late yesterday. We have one woman who has since become a member. So she floated with us a few times prior to having an auto accident. And her auto accident was so bad that she ended up with a concussion. And so as a result, in looking for ways to kind of heal and recover from that, discovered, and we know this because actually Navy SEALs are using float tanks for concussion recovery. She started floating once a week. And so if you think about it, the sensory deprivation environment, no light, no sound, nothing, is the perfect place to kind of bring your brain so that it can begin to heal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I recently heard someone give a talk about concussion, and I didn't realize all the intricacies that go along with that. And it takes people quite a while to get back. And some people experience, severe headaches and vision issues. But the floating sounds like, after all, our bodies are 75, 80% water. It must be just really healing to the body overall.
Definitely. Yeah, the Epsom salt is magnesium sulfate, and many of us are deficient in magnesium. So in addition to being able to absorb that, just the act of doing nothing, of floating effortlessly in that warm, tranquil water is incredibly, it's good for I like to say it's good for the mind, body, and soul.
And even if you are afraid you can't float, I promise you can float because of the magnesium. What is the other ingredient?
Yep, so magnesium sulfate or Epsom salt. It's as salty as the Dead Sea.
Well, that absolutely will help you float. And the magnesium is great for your heart. Mm-hmm. And it will absorb right through your body.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Bridget, can you give us any healing stories? I know you've been, since your recovery, you've been doing healing with, Reiki, IET, the oils, and all these modalities, plus am I saying that right? Vibroacoustic healing table?
Yes. We call it the rest station.
Yeah. How about you, Bridget? What have you experienced?
The other awesome thing that I offer here is the Ionic Detox foot bath.
Right.
So that is really cool. I tell everybody it is the coolest, grossest thing that I get to do. You're sitting in a foot bath of water for 30 minutes, and we're helping you to release the toxins that are in your body. And you continue to detox for 2 to 3 days after the treatment. As far as the story about healing, this one's actually kind of funny. My husband was a big skeptic into all this, but he saw that I was feeling better. So eventually he let me try to give him some Reiki sessions. So we went through 2 or 3, and he didn't really say anything. And it wasn't until one night he was going out with my son, who's 21, and his friends, and they were going golfing early in the morning. And he says to me, "Can you get up at 5:30 and do Reiki before I go so I can keep up with the kids all day?" And I was like, "Oh, so you believe in Reiki now? It's working for you, huh?" And he's like, "Oh, I really feel a lot better after I do it." And then I hear him on the phone with his friend saying, "I don't know what this stuff my wife does is, but you have to see her and get it done." So the skeptic really is my favorite client.
Oh, that's a fabulous story. Hear about the skeptic that now is a believer for you. So here we have someone else joining us, Lucia. Hi, and she is the crystal ball lady, and she also offers massage and knows a lot about oils as well. So can you give us a sample of those crystal bowls?
Sure.
And we have such a great team joining us. Eileen Nolan, she wants to try the foot bath, and Elaine Shaughnessy loves to float. Karen is talking about you fabulous goddesses. Andrea saying hello. Betsy Sanders, great to have you all watching us, girls. So go ahead. Beautiful. So, Lucia, when you do your crystal ball healings, are people lying down or sitting up, or?
It's really whatever they're most comfortable with. Most people are lying down. They do like to face with their heads towards the bowls just to receive that right into their crown chakra and throughout their body, the vibration. So typically they are lying down, usually on yoga mats, just really comfortable, and for about 45 minutes to an hour, just again, in the position where they're receiving and relaxing and just going on whatever type of journey that they're personally experiencing.
Well, I have experienced that with you some time ago when you first got the bowls, and it
That's
is
right.
truly, truly relaxing. There's something about that vibration. But I also know that you offer massage and custom oil blends, and of course, you know, you're a Reiki master as well. So where are you offering all these services here at Infinity Float as well?
Yes, I'm here on Fridays and Saturdays here at Infinity Flow offering massage therapy services. So there's a few different options that you have when booking a massage service. We do offer 60-minute and 90-minute sessions, and you can book a signature massage, and that's going to give you a choice of 3 different essential oil blends to be integrated into your massage just to really enhance your session. Dawn talked about the mind, body, and spirit. My massage is traditionally a very spiritual experience. I've had people say it's very nurturing, very spiritual. It transports them to another place. And we also offer an integrated massage, which gives you the option of either sound healing. So having the hands-on massage, and then throughout the massage, I'll break at some points and start playing the crystal bowls. Also integrating the French chimes in there as well, give that very magical fairy-like tune. And you also have a choice of Reiki as well if you'd like to have Reiki integrated into the massage. I also offer a pain ease massage using CBD oil and a CBD balm. So the CBD oil is mixed in with the massage lotion. You'll get that full body. And the balm is much more powerful. So we use that on any areas of tension or pain, any places where you have those deep knots that are, you know, really sore and tender. And so those are some of the different options that you have here with the massage services.
Gee, that's different. I know that the CBD oil is kind of a big rage right now, but I hadn't thought about that being integrated massage. I imagine that would, as you said, really help with those knots and things that are kind of stuck.
Yes, definitely. It's a very popular option here.
Wonderful. And
also,
I know you also have a full-time job.
I do. Yeah, this is my full-time job now. About 2-3 months ago, I took the leap of faith into, my holistic practice full time. So I in here on Fridays and Saturdays. I have a private practice. I do work in a massage studio a few days a week, and a couple other, places where I'm working right now. Personally, yours being one of them as a lifestyle lifestyle management coordinator. So very blessed to have been able to, step full time into the holistic practice.
Well, you ladies are really incredible. Let me just go back and Bridget, what would you say to the skeptics? Because you've already worked with one, your husband. What would you say to the skeptics about all of this holistic healing, alternative healing, and different ways of relaxing?
I would say you really have nothing to lose, to just be open-minded and come and give it a try. You're welcome to come and schedule a free consultation with me anytime. I can sit down and chit-chat with you, let you experience a little bit of Reiki. I hold Reiki shares 2 times a month. So if you're interested in joining me, that's here at Infinity Float, the 3rd Tuesday of every month at 7 p.m. And that's only a $10 donation. And then you really get to experience Reiki without making that full commitment. You also get to give some Reiki to the other people who join us. So it's a really nice way to get experience with that energy without making that full hour or 90-minute commitment.
Mm-hmm. So the other thing, Bridget, you just might explain to people that don't know, they don't have to remove any clothing for Reiki IET?
You can lay on the table and be as comfortable as you want. Some of my clients would prefer to not be on the table. You can sit in the chair. So this experience is all about your relaxation and your healing. So don't worry about me or making me comfortable. However we need to do it so that you feel your best, then that's what we're going to do. We can sit on the floor. We can sit on the chair. We'll get on the bed. I'm just here to help you help yourself feel better.
Mm-hmm. Great. So how about giving us all the information, the location? I have the phone number as well here.
I have ladies coming in and joining me because I think their cell phone might have gone a little wonky.
We hung up. We thought for the end of this, it might be better for all 3 of us to be together.
Right. So you can, I just want to tell everybody, you can go to infinityfloatnj.com, and the phone number there is 856-372-2389. And give us your times that you're open there, Bridget and Dawn.
Sure. So the spot is open Tuesday through Sunday. We are closed on Mondays.
Okay.
Tuesdays we open at 12. Tuesdays through Thursdays open at 12. Our last float's at 6. Fridays and Saturdays we're actually here from 10, and our last float is at 8. And then Sundays from 10 until 4.
So plenty of time for people to come in and experience that. Now, I know, Bridget, we talked that there are some special offers you girls have.
Oh, yes. All right. I'm going to let Dawn tell you all about this one.
Well, how about I get started and then the other ladies can chime in. So as you can see, we're 3 women that really enjoy working with each other, and I think have benefited a lot from coordinating our efforts. And so what we wanted to announce live tonight on your show is that we just created what we're calling a 3-for-all package. So essentially, anyone who decides to purchase it or give it as a gift will have the option to do a 60-minute float session at Infinity Float, combine it with a 60-minute signature massage by Lucia, and then pick one of Bridget's services, do a 30-minute Reiki, foot detox, or IET session, right?
Correct. Or you can get your own personalized essential oil blend.
Yep. So essentially 150 minutes of services for $150.
Oh, God. A great holiday gift for someone.
Indeed. Yeah. And I am accepting them as gifts.
Well, that's wonderful. And any other things that we should let people know about that are available? what nights or days is Lucia doing the crystal bowls? Is that at a certain time every week, or?
We actually just had our first sound healing meditation this evening, so we're all still a little blissed out from that. But we're gonna hopefully plan another one maybe once a month. So stay tuned. You can, if you like my Facebook page, you'll also see it on Infinity's Float page. Any events that they have coming up, you'll be kept in the loop.
Yeah. And then I would definitely encourage any of your guests to stop by on Saturday. It's actually our 1-year anniversary. So we are having an open house from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. this Saturday, October 27th. All 3 of us will be here, as well as some others. We'll be giving spa tours, having some refreshments, games, giveaways. So if you've been interested and you want to check us out, talk to Bridget, talk to Lucia, Saturday from 10 to 3 is the perfect time to stop by.
Wonderful. Well, everyone, with the holidays upcoming and the stress of that, this would make a great gift for someone or for yourself just to get through all of the holidays. And as a matter of fact, tomorrow night, I'll be on Be Live with Pam Younghans, and she's an astrologer speaking about the full moon, the Taurus full moon tomorrow night, and that she's calling it a real earth shaker. So we'll see what she has to say about that. And I'm sure we'll all need a little floating to maintain our equilibrium and build a little more resilience to get through this time. So ladies, thank you so much for joining me. This was wonderful. Once again, infinityfloatnj.com. The number there is 856-372-2389, 10 to 3 this Saturday, an open house. If you are curious about all that we spoke about tonight, please come and experience what they're offering at the open house. Okay, Dawn, thank you so much. Bridget, it was great to see you. Love the background. Glad we got Lucia to give us a little crystal bowl action.
Thanks, Elsie.
Thank you.
On Saturday. Okay, great.
Great. Thank you.
Good night.